Shirdi Sai Baba is everywhere. Experience of Sai Banisa. Sri Gopal Rao Ravada, due to the grace of Sai, turned as a Sai devotee in the year 1989. He was born to Sri Venkat Rao Ravada and Srimati Venkat Ramanamma Ravada on 24th April 1946. On a fine day, Sri Gopal Rao, while in meditation, got named Sai Banisa by Sai Baba, which means in his mother tongue Telugu as Bhadyatalu Niravatinche Sannyasi, which means a person who obeys the instructions of Sai and implements it. As per the dictates of Baba, he is actively engaged in spreading of Sai philosophy from 25/12/1998 through the medium of internet and is the founder member of saidarbar.org. After serving Government of India in the capacity of scientific officer, he has, at the age of 54 years, opted for voluntary retirement and dedicated himself to serve Sai and his devotees. He is bestowed with the blessings of Baba, and whatever messages are given to him in dreams are classified and presented as Sai Baba's philosophy and message for the life, and they have received immense popularity in the circles through his website saidarbar.org. On invitation by the organizers, he has attended Sai Utsav 2000, held from 23rd to 25th November 2000 at Chicago, and Sai Utsav 2003, held during 4th to 5th of October at Orlando, Florida in the USA. His first encounter and experiences. Shirdi Sai Baba devotee Gopal Rao Ravada, popularly known as Sai Banisa from India, says, prior to 1989, I was not knowing about Sri Shirdi Sai Baba. Somebody gave me the photograph of Sai Baba during the month of January 1989. Whenever I looked to that photograph, I felt Sri Sai Baba was smiling at me. Indeed, it was a magnetic effect, and I felt I must visit Shirdi. In the month of July 1989, my neighbor Sri Bhosle invited me to visit Shirdi along with him. I accompanied him, and that was the turning point in my life. From 7/6/1990 onwards, I started reading Sai Satcharitra, written by Sri Nagesh Vasudev Gunaji, and since then my lifestyle was totally changed. Prior to 1989, I was living like a vagabond. The day I started reading Sai Satcharitra, I felt responsibility in my family life and official life. It was on 11/4/1991. I was reading chapter 21 of Sai Satcharitra, and the following lines in the page 111 attracted me. You should study this book, and if you do so, your desires will be fulfilled, and when you go to the north in discharge of your duties in future, you will come across a great saint by your good luck, and then he will show you the future path and give rest to your mind and make you happy. In the month of March 1991, there was a talk in the office that some officers will be sent on official duty to Sweden and South Korea. On 11/4/1991 at 7:30 a.m., I prayed to Baba to give me a chance to go abroad. When I reached my office on 11/4/1991, I was asked to sign the passport papers. On that day, I came to know that chief executive has recommended my name along with another name to visit South Korea. When I signed the passport papers, I felt happy and bowed my head on the lotus feet of Sai Baba and offered my pranams. I got my official passport and visa on 1/5/1991 in my hand. Myself and a co-officer left Hyderabad on 5/5/1991 to South Korea. It was on 6/5/1991. The time was 1 a.m. and my security check was over in the Bombay International Airport and I was waiting to board the aircraft of Swiss Air flight from Zurich, Bombay, Hong Kong, Seoul. I felt I must pray to Sai Baba before entering the aircraft. I was going by the side of all the duty-free shops at the airport and felt happy to see the photo of Baba in one shop. The time was 1:10 a.m. and the departure time of the flight was 1:20 a.m. I stood and prayed in front of that photograph for 2 minutes and then entered the aircraft. The time was 1:20 a.m. The aircraft was moving on the runway. The time was 1:30 a.m. and the aircraft was airborne. That was my first experience to travel abroad on an international flight, and my heart was beating fast. I closed my eyes for 10 minutes and started chanting Om Sai, Shri Sai, Jai Jai Sai. I felt very happy when the pilot of the aircraft announced to remove the belts and relax. At that time, the aircraft was moving at a speed of 900 miles per hour at an altitude of 40,000 feet. Just before the takeoff, one tall gentleman with a fair complexion entered the aircraft and sat by my side. When the air hostess started serving cool drinks, in a friendly way I asked this gentleman as to who he was and where he had come. He replied that he is Raj I Mirpuri and is coming from Shirdi and going to Hong Kong. On learning that he came from Shirdi, I was overjoyed with love and talked about Sai Leelas with him. We were talking up to 3 a.m. and I set my alarm at 5 a.m. to read the Kakad Aarti, the morning Aarti of Sai Baba, and went to sleep. When the alarm was ringing, I got up and I could see bright sunlight from the aircraft and the air hostess was serving breakfast. I asked about the time. She told me it was 8 a.m. local time now. I washed my face and started reading Kakad Aarti. The gentleman sitting by my side, Mr. Raj Puri, asked me to read the Aarti a little loud so that he too could listen to it. I completed reading and offered the morning breakfast as Naivedyam to Sai and offered the prasads to that gentleman. He questioned, what is the guarantee that it is Sai Prasad? I felt I must answer to this question and I prayed to Baba about my position. When I looked to the breakfast plate cover, I found the letters Sai on it. It was actually printed as Swiss Air on it, and I underlined the letters SAI with my pen and showed to that gentleman. I told him Annam, that is food, is Parabrahma Swarupam and Sai is Parabrahma. He congratulated me for the feelings I had about Baba and he purchased a sweet packet from the sky shop in the aircraft and presented it to me. It was around 9 a.m. local time. The plane landed in Hong Kong. I asked that gentleman to give his visiting card so that I can drop a letter. When I went back to India, with a smile he gave me his visiting card and left the aircraft. After a brief halt at Hong Kong, the plane finally landed in Seoul, 1 p.m. local time. From there, myself and my co-worker took a domestic flight to Busan. In Busan, our host has received us in the airport and taken us to Changwon city by road. It It was evening 6:30 local time. I reached the hotel and relaxed. It was night 8 p.m. and my host came to my room and asked me to join for dinner. I requested him to wait for half an hour so that I could complete the night prayer. He agreed and waited, and I completed the Shej Aarti, the night Aarti of Baba. During the Aarti, I prayed to Sai to give me a feeling that he is in the Chang Wong city as well. After the Aarti, my host took me to the balcony of my hotel and started showing me the city lights. To my surprise, I could see big letters Sai in neon lights nearby hotel. I asked my host about the lights and Sai letters. He was not able to explain but promised to take me to that place. He took me to that hotel and I could see neon letters clearly, Sai and other letters not glowing. When I went near, I found it was saloon word. I asked my host what it meant by the word. He explained to me the meaning of saloon as a bar where you can relax and drink beer, etc. To fulfill my wish, Baba appeared in the form of neon lights and proved that he is everywhere. After completing my official work in South Korea, I returned to Hyderabad on 21/5/1991 and wrote 2 letters to that gentleman of Hong Kong, and I did not get any reply from him. When I could not get any reply, I felt that he was Sai, and when I checked his visiting card, all I could see was a small size emblem of a globe on the card and realized that Sai is everywhere in this universe. Woe to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.